Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Sensei. Say what now? I'm your host, Nastasia Sensei, and today our stories are going to be teaching related. And our first story comes to us from r/teaching in Japan. Before we get into that, okay, please like, comment, subscribe, especially if y'all enjoy being here. I really appreciate all the support so far, but if you could just go ahead and do me a solid and do that, please. Onegaishimasu. Thank you. Okay, anyways, let's hop right into it. The first story is called Completely Lost My Temper and Yelled at a Student Like a Marine Corps Drill Sergeant Today. Oh, damn. What did this kid do? What did this kid do? This title is insane. Okay, so this was posted 135 days from when I screenshot it, and I screenshot this like last week, so it's pretty old. I actually don't know what 135 days ago means in a sense of when that is, but I felt like that was necessary for me to share. I digress. Anyways, Obi says, there's a 14-year-old girl that has given me nothing but grief all year. She bullies the other students by mimicking them when they make a mistake. She's the queen bee type, the popular girl who the other girls tried to copy and with whom the boys tried to flirt. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ew, I don't like that. I've been at odds with her many times as she actively tries to disrupt my class by refusing to participate, which is bad enough, and then trying to get the other girls to do something unrelated to the class. That's so flippin' annoying. I hate that kind of behavior. I've been trying to think of various ways to handle her. One teacher with far more experience than I. It's my first year teaching. Ooh, first year, huh? Yeah, I wanted to strangle everybody my first year. I don't condone violence, especially amongst children. They're defenseless. But yeah, that first year here, oh my God. And the lack of support from the Japanese staff. Oh my God. Am I ashy? Oh, I might cut this out. Let's apply some lotion because I didn't realize how white my skin looked. Ew, 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 ew. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. I don't know. I digress. Back to the story. Alright, so Opie says, I have a military background and I thought this sounded like a good idea. Peer pressure is always better than hierarchical pressure. Oh, sorry for the notification. Gonna start that over. I have a military background, and I thought this sounded like a good idea. Peer pressure is always better than hierarchical pressure. If the students tell her to pay attention, it will be more effective than if I tell her to pay attention. Or so I thought. Ooh, where is this going? So, there we were, playing a team game. And I made it explicitly part of the rules that everyone had to be in their seats and paying attention in order for their teams to get a point. This girl, let's call her Miharu, was being her usual self and not paying attention at all. When her teammates answered correctly, I didn't record the point because she wasn't even sitting. I can tell her to sit down 50 times in an hour-long class and she will still get up. Well, my plan worked. Her teammates started to tell her to sit down and pay attention. Okay, solid. We like where this is going. Excuse me. Opie says, but it then backfired spectacularly. One of the unpopular oh my God. Let me clear my throat. Okay. Don't mind me just drinking some espresso. Cold espresso. Okay. But what the you know what? I just can't stand these gosh darn allergies. I'm terribly sorry. My allergies is like, they're not bad because I take a shit ton of medicine, but it was raining for a few days and the rain has stopped for a couple of days, and so now the pollen is back up, which is making me like clear my throat a lot. And like, okay, I think we're good. Let's get back into it. Opie says, but then it backfired spectacularly. One of the unpopular girls told her to sit down, and she pulled the girl's hair so hard that she slammed her head into the desk and blood started to come from her mouth/lip. That's assault. That is assault. Oh my God. Let me guess. Nothing happened to this girl. Nothing happened to this girl. Ugh, I know. I absolutely fucking lost it. And at that point, I was no longer an English teacher. I was a DI. What's a DI? Direct Intelligent? DI. What is a DI in Marine? Drill instructor. I know what a drill instructor is. That's the crazy part. Okay, so OP says, I was a DI. I got in Miharu's face and just started shouting at her at the top of my lungs. I was saying things like, how dare you touch her? You don't touch other people in this classroom. Get out, get up, and get out right now. I probably didn't do it injustice because I'm not about to yell at y'all. I'm not gonna bark at y'all like a drill instructor, but just imagine that's how that went. I told her to get out the classroom and to go to the principal's office. When the principal showed up about 20 minutes later, I lost my spot. Okay, when the principal showed up 20 minutes later, I explained to him what happened and I demanded that Miharu apologize to the girl and that the girl give her permission to re-enter the classroom before she re-entered. I then told her, whoa, wait a minute, what did I just read? I demanded that Miharu apologize to the girl and that the girl give her permission to re-enter the classroom before she re-entered. The girl give her permission to re-enter? We need to be calling the police. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. Like, I think parents need to get involved with this because that girl just assaulted her. She needs to be suspended. Like, give her permission just sounds so weird because I wouldn't want to even talk to somebody who just assaulted me like that, you know? I don't know. I digress. This is their story. I then told her to apologize to the whole class for interrupting them. I fully expected to get flack for this, but the principal backed me up 100%. Oh shit. All right now. I was not expecting that. I'm a direct hire, so there's really no one else to give me shit over this. Apparently, even Miharu's mother gave her approval of my actions. Wow, so her mama tired of her. That's crazy. Well, actually, I am happy that the mom is not the type to be like, not my daughter. She would never do anything like that. But she's sick of the shit too. So I'll be honest though, even though everyone says my response was fine, I definitely feel like I got emotional and went beyond just a professional response, because you did, but it was justified. When I yelled at this girl, I meant it. I was not just saying what I was saying as part of my job. I was legit extremely pissed off with her. Yeah, because she just assaulted another girl. What? What sucks is that I spent the last 6 months trying every technique I could think of and everything that people suggested to get her to behave, and nothing worked. Finally, today, she seemed scared and stopped talking back after I shouted at her, and finally behaved herself. Well, sometimes all it takes is a little, tough love. A little tough love is what I would say. So OP says, is that what it takes? I don't want it to escalate to that point again. What have you done to deal with problematic students in your classrooms or bullying? Have you ever shouted at a student? I know many people say we don't have the power to kick students out of a classroom, and that's part of the reason why I never told someone to leave the class before, but today I just couldn't tolerate it. Okay, wow. My take. So I don't work in a traditional school setting. I work at an Eikaiwa, which is like English conversation school. And we have these tiny classrooms because I teach a tiny group of kids, maximum 8 kids, minimum 1 child. And when I have like a group of kids who, I'll give an example. Recently, I teach a class of 5 kids, and these are elementary age kids. And it's one student who he's on the spectrum. that's all I can say. Is like he's on the spectrum. It is so hard for him to focus and pay attention. And he's so young that like he's almost like a baby too. He puts everything in his mouth. He puts his pencils in his mouth, his erasers. So I literally had to take his pencil case away. Then he starts to chew on his book. Has to take his book away. Then he tries to like get up and like walk around. And so I'm like, hey, buddy, relax. First I just say relax, and he'll calm down a little bit. And then I'm like, and when he gets hyped up again, I'm like, do you want to go? We can go to the lobby. Do you want to go sit on the sofa? And he always says no. So I'm like, all right, relax then, relax. So usually what works for me and my students is I could just tell them, do you want to go to the sofa? Because I don't think you want to be here. We can go sit down on the sofa and you can just relax outside. And they're like, no. Apparently, since the parents are out there, they don't want to get in trouble with their moms, which is fine. But the funny thing is, half of their parents aren't even out in the lobby. They're like doing grocery shopping or whatever while the class is in session. So the fear of them being kicked out of the classroom is enough for my students. And I will say, I've been working at the same company long enough to where my students, they respect me enough to listen to me a little, if that makes sense. What is that noise? Oh, that's the refrigerator. Back to what I was saying before I was really interrupted by that refrigerator. Yeah, I've been lucky enough to have like kids who are fairly well behaved. Cause like at most, like I don't have to deal with bullying anymore. I think it's like not a regional thing, but an area thing. Cause when I first moved here, I was out in Shiga, and those kids. I don't know if it's a countryside thing or what, but okay, that's not fair to the kids who are well behaved. But since it was my first year there, or my first 6 months there, I don't know, like a lot of them were just so naughty, and I didn't like that, and I didn't get any help. But now where I'm at in Kyoto, it's cool. Like the staff, they help, the students are respectful, more well behaved. Like I literally can count on my one hand how many ill-mannered children. And when I say ill-mannered, like they're not even that bad. They're just not like, they don't fall in line like the other kids, and that's irritating. But I respect it. So I've personally never shouted at a student. I know a teacher who did shout at a student, but this is also his first time working with kids, and he had no patience. He really shouldn't be working with kids. But at my company, everybody got to teach kids, except for like the people who have been here a long time, and they're like, I demand not to teach any children, because they're entitled like that. So whatever. Yeah, and this guy, he yelled at her and made her cry. I just remember going to the lobby and seeing her like wiping tears. I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then I finally learned what happened. He yelled at her. But this girl, she wasn't bad. She was smart. So I usually like kids who are really smart and who can like perform and do the language well. I'm like, I just tell them warnings. I'm like, do you want to go? Because you can go. The door is right there. I'm not holding you hostage. You can go. And that usually straightens them out. And that would usually straighten her out. And I recently taught her for the first time in like a year after she got yelled at from this one teacher. And I don't know if it's because she was yelled at or because she matured, because I think she's in like middle school now, that she is more well-mannered. And even the littlest things, like, I'm like, all right, because I sometimes let them to speak to each other in Japanese, even though they can't speak any Japanese. And I'm like, who do you think I am to tell somebody they can't speak their own like language? That's insane. So whenever it gets out of hand, I'm like, hey guys, it's where are we? We're in English class. Like, let's speak English. And so when I'll do that, she'll be like, oh, sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. Or like if she makes a mistake writing, oh, sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. It's actually really cute. So she's matured. I don't know if it's because she was yelled at or because she actually like moved up into like a higher grade or whatever. She wasn't an elementary school student no more. So she matured. Anyways, I'm not mad at it because she's genuinely a good student and really smart. So I digress. That's my 2 cents. That's my experience. I don't really have any naughty children anymore. And me just telling them, you can leave you can go sit on the sofa and take a nap. That works for me. But again, maybe I'm lucky, I don't know. So we got some comments here. Someone commented, mother and principal backed you? Sounds good to me. Obviously, what you did is not something that anyone should use in normal circumstances, but she injured another student. If this escalated, someone could have seriously been hurt. She needed to be shut down, and you chose a non-violent avenue. I agree. Obi responds, I don't know exactly what the mother said or if she backed me, just that the principal told me that he talked to her on the phone and she understood and wasn't making a complaint about me. Yeah, because what could she say? I really hope they told the parent of the girl who got hurt. Like, I feel like they really need to be stricter with bullies here, because that's unacceptable behavior. And I'm actually glad that the teacher yelled at the little girl, because what? All right. So somebody commented, don't buy the mother's behavior. This is the usual, I'm a poor parent and don't want to get my hands dirty, but I'm glad to let someone else do it for me shtick. Which is why her daughter is awful on a daily basis. That could be true. That really could be true. Because I'm like, it has to be something something has to be happening at home for her to be behaving this way. Either I'm probably sure the dad is working too late and he's always at izakayas getting, at nomikai, getting toasted off his ass, comes home drunk, destructive, probably, just never involved in the daughter's life. The mom is sick of the husband shit and she just takes care of, she does her motherly duties and it's a thankless job. So yeah, that's probably what happened. And so somebody commented, I applaud. You lost it because she hurt another student. She hurt someone else from the class and she'll remember not to cross that line again. Don't be scared. I think this won't happen again. Sometimes we have to do it the military way. Yeah, I agree with that. So somebody else said, I'm glad OP wasn't rejoicing in it, but it sounds like it needed to happen. Sometimes people need to be yelled at. Yeah, I definitely agree, especially these bullies. Now, if that little girl would have stood up and yanked her and punched her in the face, that would have also well, I don't know. I can't see anybody retaliating like that, but she should have gotten punched back by that other girl. I don't condone violence, but I guess the shouting worked. I just feel bad for the girl who got violated like that. Like, dang. All she did was tell her to sit down because she wanted points. And she, how dare you grab somebody by the hair and then, bang them in the head onto the table? What the hell? So, this is a long comment. Hopefully it's juicy. Someone commented, I think your post covers everything already. You know the typical jargon was not working. This is the only thing that This is the only thing that This is the only thing that did, and you have the school's support. That is all that matters here. I can't speak for everyone, but I imagine there is some other hidden technique you could have tried. Oh, interesting. Tell us more. Sure, ALTs should not be the ones disciplining students, but when it comes to hitting another student, it's valid. And I'm surprised the teacher wasn't screaming too. Sometimes to get through a bully, you have to get in their face. I wouldn't do it personally, but I've never had a bad student like that. Same. You did what was best given the circumstances. There is probably no little psychology trick that would have worked when the student was checked out and nothing in the class matters to them. Probably the first time she hasn't gotten away with whatever. You did what parents and the school failed to do. Not your job to do so, but it's hard to make a case against it. The short version is you're good. Your toolkit of tricks didn't work, so reality set in and you responded appropriately to assault of another student. If anything, it might keep that student in check for the rest of the year, where other methods failed. Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so we got one more comment. It's also juicy. This is someone else's experience, so this is gonna be interesting. Someone commented, I was in a metal shop class in high school. It was half full of kids who did not care about it, only took it because they needed to take an electorate, and figured it would be easy. There was one kid in particular who would screw around and mess with tools way more often than other kids, and the teacher was constantly pissed and reprimanding him. One day, the kid fucked around a little too hard, with tools a little too big, and almost lost both of his hands. Oof. Thankfully, he was fine, just barely got his hands out before the thing snapped shut. But after months of putting up with this kid and also telling him multiple times not to fuck with that particular machine, the teacher lost his shit, screamed at the kid about how much of a dumbass he is. He's causing danger to himself and to everyone else, etc. Then literally dragged him by the front of his shirt to the principal's office. All of the kids in the class who silently watched this go down, we all agreed that it was the right thing to do, that this kid finally got what was coming to him. He didn't act up at all the rest of the school year in that class. I think you did good here, especially if the principal thinks it was fine. Yeah, because almost losing your hands because you acting up? Crazy. Somebody commented to this. I would have made him wear mittens for the next 24 hours so he could appreciate how lucky he was to walk away with his hands still attached to his body. That's actually really funny. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's all for that story. OP did what he had to do. He or she did. They did what they had to do. Not even mad. I'm not even against it. All the comments said what I pretty much, feel. Keep up the good work, OP. All right, we got one more story, also from Our Teaching in Japan. And this story is called Student Just Came to Class and Silently Cried the Whole Time, Needing Advice. Wow, this is like the complete opposite of what we just read. So, I, 30 female, work at an eikaiwa, so it's one-on-one. She's a 15-year-old who's preparing for Eiken Pre-2. If you guys don't know, Eiken is just like an English standardized test, or standardized English test, basically. She has one class on a Friday at 8 p.m. with just me learning conversational English. Recently, my boss told me she would start coming on Tuesday, 8 p.m. for Eiken. She used to be quiet but good. I sometimes would buy sweets for us to perk her up. But since Aiken started, she has been extra tired and quiet. We've always had a good relationship. Every school trip or holiday she goes on, she always gets me thoughtful souvenirs. Aw, so cute. Recently, she comes in and hardly says anything. When she's like this, I try to make things fun for her, like get up her favorite K-pop band music videos on the TV and ask questions in English to get her in a good mood. But she just stares at her lap and gives me nothing. All I know about her is that her parents in school are making her stay until 7:45 to catch up because she's really behind. Then she comes here or goes home and studies until very late. Most of the time she comes here without having eaten any dinner. Oh my god. But I also don't get why she can't go by a konbini and pick up something. Oh man. Sometimes these parents really pressure these kids too much to study. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. So Opie says, anyway, like the title says, she just came to class, didn't say anything, just stared at her lap. I thought she was asleep, but I got up and saw tears rolling down her neck and dropping onto her lap. Oh no. Oh, that's so sad. So I sat near to her and put on Conan, her favorite show. I didn't want to pry too much, but I just said we can talk. She can talk to me if she wants. After 20 minutes of us watching Conan, she finally took off her mask and wiped her face a little, occasionally looking at me. I asked her what sweets she would like me to pick up for Friday, but she couldn't tell me. She knew what time it was, but chose to stay an extra 10 minutes. I just feel so helpless. I really want to do something. What can I do? Honestly, I think you're doing the best you can do in this situation. Especially like when you don't want to get too involved, you don't want to like pry too much, like you said. I think it's really nice to put on her favorite show, to offer her sweets, because food is comforting, especially sweets. Yeah, I think you could just tell her it's gonna be okay, like, because it is gonna be okay. She just has to like hunker down and just suffer. Suffer silently through this. Nah, like, because you don't want to say anything that goes against the parents' wishes. That's the thing. At most, it's gonna be okay, because it is. And this little time is gonna, in 5 years, you're gonna look back at that and be like, wow, I can't believe I survived that. You know, it seems like a lot now, which I think is a lot. All the studying these kids have to do, crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Do what you're doing. Just tell her it's gonna be okay, and actually like believe it. Make her believe that. So let's look at some of these comments here, because I'm pretty sure some people gave some better advice than I did. Someone said, well done. You did the right thing. She trusts you enough to make your office her safe space. You don't need to do too much else. Yeah, pretty much. Just keep letting her know that she's safe to tell you anything or nothing at all, or that she can just cry and watch Conan. If you start prying or making big gestures, it will create tension. Keep doing little things and being present. That's basically what I said without all the extra fancy stuff. Kids are often have their problems trivialized by adults. She probably doesn't have anyone to talk to that she trusts. Since you're a bit younger and presumably Western, maybe she will open up when she's ready. Studying can wait. I agree, studying can wait. Someone else commented, she sounds overloaded and overwhelmed. It's possible that she's having trouble at school too, with her peer group, for example. It's really frustrating to be left out of the loop about her home life. I'm always so grateful when my cram school boss shares certain details about these things. In the strictest confidence, of course, such as divorce or bereavement. I think that all you can do is be calm and steady presence in her life. Don't pry. Buy her some chocolate milk and make a ritual of having a little snack time together. Be consistent, praise her efforts. I wish you both well. Yeah, basically. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. All right, so someone left a pretty long comment, nice thick one. They said 15. So I'm guessing she's a third year. From the sound of it, she's almost certainly burning out. This year is when they start studying for the high school entrance test, and it can really eat at them. Not to mention, it sounds like her family is really pushing her hard. Pre-2 is a high school level test, and some kids never pass it. Whoa, I didn't know that. Helping her is going to depend on a lot what you feel comfortable with. The next ACAN round isn't until after summer vacation, so if she is planning / her family is planning for her to come until the next test at least, then you have some time. First, simply, I'd suggest you casually offer for her to bring her other homework to class with her. Since your focus is conversation, she can clear some of her extra homework during your class while you talk in English. If anyone asks, you're integrating her other subjects into your lessons. Secondly, unfortunately, she might not have any money, various reasons, to buy dinner before coming to your class. If you can afford it, in addition to sweets, maybe you can bring her some small foods like onigiri or konbini sandwiches. Regular food, not that sweets aren't also good, will help her focus and feel less stressed. Third, keep being chill. If she needs to sit and watch some videos for a while, do that. Be positive about her and give her praise, not just about how much work she is doing or how her grades are, but also about being kind. The good thing about conversational English is that you can easily adjust your curriculum to allow it to fit what she needs. And when she's feeling better, you can focus on intervening styles for the ACAN test. Yeah, that's solid advice. I like that advice. Yeah, I like that advice. So, got a couple more comments. Someone says, buy 2 onigiri and eat one yourself so that you're at face value, just sharing the extra one. That way she won't feel obliged to be thankful that you're going out of your way for her, reducing pressure. Yeah, exactly. It should be something casual, so there isn't any pressure. And someone else commented, lastly, maybe talk about a time you felt burnt out and cried. Let her know that crying from stress is okay. Try to relate to her in that sense. That's also good advice too. And I think this is solid advice for anyone who is in this situation, who has a student that's crying, at least one-on-one. I imagine it's difficult like in a big group, but yeah, like everybody else said, and like I said, just keep doing what you're doing. Be nice, be kind. Say it's gonna be okay and praise her. I didn't say praise her, they said praise her, but yeah, that's nice. I hope that she gets through this. She will get through it. She'll be fine. I don't even remember when I took the screenshot. Honestly, it didn't say how long ago it was. But yeah, good on you, OP, for just being there for her as a person. She needs another human who can just help her relax a little bit, because it sounds like everyone else is just stressing her the fuck out. But yeah, so that's all for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. And again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That would be much greatly appreciated. Yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day. And until next time. I don't know, my brain kind of just like went words. But yeah, mite kurite arigatou gozaimasu. Bye.